Hi, my name is Savannah from the Festival Voice, and we are here with Matteo. Did I say it right? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, with the language thing I was practicing beforehand. We're here to talk about some of the new things that he's been up to and his experiences with his fans so far. So tell us, what have been some of your favorite experiences so far with your fans?
You mean with that project or since the beginning?
Since the beginning.
Okay. I think the the best thing for me is to create something and share after that with the crowd,
Hmm.
uh, which was really hard the last 2 years,
Yeah.
with the COVID. So since 20 years with Chinese man and by myself, I have, I had a lot of pleasure to share my productions during, gigs in a bar, in the clubs. That's my favorite thing to,
Hmm.
to create something and to share it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome. Over the years, I'm sure you've received a lot of fan art. What has been one of your favorites that you've gotten so far?
That's a good question. Let me think. I don't have something in my mind
That's all
actually
right.
right now. Okay, maybe I'm gonna put that in, and give you an answer
Yeah.
just later.
Yeah. So if it pops into your head, let
Yeah,
us
yeah,
know. No worries. Um, we know some fans can get pretty crazy when they meet their favorite artists. What has been one of your most memorable interactions with a fan so far?
yeah. Okay, so maybe few times when we were on tour, we've met like people, and there were like artists, so they created some stuff for us,
Mhm.
like drawing or
Yeah.
maybe pictures. So, and it's surprising because after the show they came and they really want to give us some gifts, and sometimes it's not really good, I mean,
Hmm.
it's the intention is really nice, but
Yeah.
the result is not really. So I don't want to say something about who did that, but yeah, sometimes it's a bit confusing for us, to say, okay, oh, thank you very much, but it's I don't like it, but it's
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah. You get a unique perspective of the crowd from the stage. Tell us, what has been one of the craziest things you've seen while on stage?
Okay, so many things, because as our music is more, we play the music after 10 p.m., after 11
Yeah.
p.m. So people started to be a bit drunk, or they really want to party.
Hmm.
So you can see a lot of things. One day with haiku, so in Chinese man, uh, we are two playing as a DJ. So we went to a festival, and it was crazy. People were like really, 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 really excited, and the, there were some issues with the lights,
Hmm.
because the crowd was like so excited that they started to go on stage, and they went to the, to the, I don't know the name in English, but the uh, the the lights
Yeah.
devices.
I'm not sure what that's called
So
either, but I know what you're talking about.
one of that thing went down on the crowd. So it was like, oh guys, stop, but they were like really happy to do that, and we decided to go a bit like um, far from the stage, just to wait a bit and say, okay. So the promoter took the mic and say, okay, people, you have to calm down, because it's just a gig. So
Hmm.
we are here we don't want people hurt, so
Yeah.
please calm down. And when we went back on stage, there was a guy, and he was wearing a Superman outfit,
Yeah.
with a cape, and he was like stage diving on the crowd.
Yeah.
That was so funny. So funny.
I bet that sounds funny. Oh goodness. So let's talk about some of your live performances you've done in the past. Do you prefer playing for larger crowds of fans or prefer more intimate shows at local venues?
It's a bit different because I love playing, for big stage and big events like big festival, like 10,000, 20,000 people. But it's not the same thing because you cannot really feel the sensitive of the crowd. It's more like a big wave of a lot of people, which is very exciting, but it's different. But as a DJ, I love playing in small club, like
Yeah.
300 people, because you can really feel the energy, and the connection is better.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally understand that.
Mm,
Those are some of my favorite shows too, are like the ones in the small intimate areas where there's
yeah,
not that many people. They're so fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What has been your favorite festival or venue to perform at?
So we did that big festival in France called Solidays, which is in Paris, and it's the purpose. It's more about heads, So people are really playing for supports the development of that cause. So it was for 70,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a city.
Yeah.
That was crazy, and I really love. I played recently. I've been to India, so I had a beautiful tour between Bombay, New Delhi, Goa, and as a Matteo, as a DJ. And it was crazy. I mean, the nightlife in India, wow. So yeah, really cool.
That's awesome to hear. I know you said 70,000. That's the size of a small city. My town is not even that big. Where I live.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot really realize that, because it's so big. It's so
That's a lot.
big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. Um, what is your favorite song that gets your audience pumped up and dancing their hearts out?
From my band or my production, or you mean from?
Yeah, from your sorry, it actually says what is your favorite song from your releases? Sorry.
Don't worry. I think with Chinese Man, we did few songs like Get Up, which is a track from Racing with the Sun. And also I could say because when we are alive, we recreate the performance is a bit different from the studio version, because we are from the DJing stuff, so we need to put more power and energy on stage when we are live. So the orchestration is a bit different. So, and that's the idea, to put more energy. So we usually hip hop track could be drum and bass drum and bass track on stage. The song is different. So I've got like let me check, because there is all the vinyls here. I could show you it's beautiful. Maybe Get Up, I could say, In My Room, which is a good song on stage, alive, and Miss Chong. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's get a little personal now and help your audience connect with you on a deeper level. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you live now, that kind of thing.
Okay, so I'm Matteo. I'm from Marseille, south of France.
Yeah.
I started to play as a DJ when I was 14, something like that. And we started to compose music and produce music with my band Chinese Man
Mhm.
when I was around 24. And right now I'm 43 years old.
You've been doing this a long
Uh,
time.
yeah. It's like 20 years
Yeah.
of producing music. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I'm a producer, a composer, and a DJ. I have those solo projects like by myself. I'm producing home studio music, and then for Matteo and Bro, which is my last release,
Yeah.
I worked with a lot of musicians like double bass, guitar, drummer, flutes, and a lot of arrangements as well. So yeah, I like to create many kind of music. So next project it will be more for the club,
Okay.
for instance. So yeah.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about your family. Did you have any brothers and sisters
Yeah.
growing up?
So I have a brother and a sister. They are living in close to Marseille,
Mhm.
which is my city. My family, they came from, it's like a big Mediterranean family. So my mother and my father, they born in Morocco, in Casablanca.
Okay.
So they moved around the 70s to Marseille.
Yeah.
And they came from Italy and Spain
Okay.
before that. So yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, I haven't been to Marseille, but I studied abroad in Paris for a while when I was in college. So I'm
Okay.
with
So
France a little bit.
you speak French.
So yeah, I did at the time, but I feel like I've lost a lot of it since then.
Yeah,
It's
you
been
have to
10 years.
practice.
So
Yeah, you have to practice. Yeah.
yeah. So so tell us a little bit about your past and what brought you to this point in your life. Were there any life-defining moments or people that majorly impacted you as a musician?
I've met many people. I mean, for me, you need some mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys who just when you are in the doubt and when you need more confidence, it's really cool to think that people could help you just
Mm-hmm.
because they know the thing, so you have to trust yourself, blah blah blah. So I've met really good DJs, musicians, but most of them, they were like older than me,
Mm-hmm.
but not only. And so there's when we were producing at the beginning, we are really fan of DJ Shadow, all the Wu-Tang Clan, all those producers from
Mm-hmm.
the San Francisco and the Bay Area, but also people in France. So we were inspired by those guys, but we didn't. I mean, we don't have the opportunity to meet them, so it was
Mm-hmm.
more like a fantasy. And after that, like 10 years later, we had the opportunity to meet those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm more inspired by philosophy or arts in general. So I think it's peace here. Some people I've met who told me like sentence who changed something. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like one people, but I know you want some names, no?
Either or, that's all right. You've given us a few. You mentioned DJ Shadow and Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, it was really for the beginning of the project.
Yeah.
That was really because we were like, we want to do some music, we want to compose, to produce, and we want it was a fantasy to have our own vinyl,
Mm-hmm.
which is really the first step of our story. We produced something because we were like really proud of we got our own vinyl
Yeah, that is
as a
cool.
DJ,
Yes.
and then yes, it was so cool. And now look, there is a lot of vinyl.
Oh my
here.
gosh, that is so awesome to see. That
Yeah,
is cool.
like 20 years later.
Mhm. That is awesome. So you said you're originally from Marseille. Are there any cool local spots we should check out if I do want to go back to France sometime?
Yeah, you should come. You should come.
Yeah.
So there is the sea in Marseille, so you can, enjoy just end of the day, have a drink close to. I mean, it's a beautiful city, so you don't have to go to a bar or specific spots, But there is right now. You can go to Terrasse du Port. Terrasse de la Friche, which is like a warehouse with a beautiful rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
And also there is really, really, really good restaurants as well, but like Bambino, the Cousin, which is like cousin. La Plaine is our neighborhood, which is really cool because there is a lot of clubs, bars, and restaurants.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I really loved France. It was awesome there. Like I wish I would have a chance to check out more, but
yeah.
So how old were you when you went to your first concert, and who did you see, and what was the first festival you ever went to?
So I think that's my as a crowd, sorry, can you repeat? Is it like my first concert as a musician, or
I think as like not just as a musician, as like a person, what was your first concert? Yeah.
like a Moldu.
Yeah, like for me, like before I was into, like, my first concert was Avril Lavigne when I was in 6th grade.
Okay. I think that my first concert was I was 13 years old, something like that, but I don't remember because it was kind of festival, and it was French singer. It was more to be with my parents and my family. I was not really fan, but as I started really early to mix as a DJ, it was also because I was a bit shy, to go to some events with friends. So I stayed like behind, and my first big festival was when I was 17 or 16 years old, close to my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you could give your fans one piece of advice about their career, their life, or about anything, what would it be?
An advice. Yeah. I think it's so talent. It's not really a fact. I mean, it's more like working every day for the thing you like and you love, with a big vision of what you want to do, what you want to live. And if it's not working, go again and again and again and again. That's my advice. But also, I can feel that you have a big parts of your life. You have to take care about your desires, and then the desires could be more inclusive, for the next part of your life, like to create a better world. It's better to be inclusive for your project,
Yeah.
But it's normal to have your own desires,
And so you are just released your new 8-track album, Matteo and Bro. Do you have anything else you want to share about that project, about a tour, or anything else you want to share?
Oh, you can check. We just released a new music video for the track called, the song is Path. and it's a mix between animation and video, and it's very beautiful. And just about the project, Matteo and Bro, it was a really, really good experience for me, because usually I'm working with a process which is like using samples and then producing some stuff from the sample, you know. And for that project, I decided to compose and to bring some influences to my musicians, and we co-composed the project together. So it was really organic and with more emotions. So it was really, really, really cool to do that together. So all the process got some, I mean, I was very proud of all this long path, you know. Yeah, it's a big project for me. Yeah, so I'm very proud of it. Yeah,
definitely. And we will be sharing and linking that in our article that is actually going to be attached to this video.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, and it will also be shared in our weekly roundup feature, which we share every Sunday. So it'll be, you get double.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes. I want to thank you for taking the time to
thank you.
connect
Thank you
with
very
your
much.
fans. This was great, and I know that your fans really appreciate it, and so does the festival voice. So
thank you very much.